Good morning, everyone, and welcome back here to Comic Vantage. And today I'm with you for another new comic book day preview video. That is right. I sit here and I tell you what to buy tomorrow. Tomorrow is March 30th, 2022, new comic book day. So, no really standout titles for the week, but some interesting picks. I think you're going to enjoy this. But before we get started, make sure you stop by comicvantage.com and pick up either some of my mystery boxes or my Comic Vantage brand comic book bags. Yes, this is an advertisement. There you go, but not paid promotion. Also, don't forget to stop by on Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern for my Whatnot auctions. Make sure you go sign up for that. Had a complete blast last week. It was so much fun. Everybody bidding and talking and just having a great time. So that was my first one. I would say it was a huge success. So, all right, let's get started here. We're going to get over to our League of Comic Geeks website, and we are going to start showing you the new books. Here we go. Ciao. All right, here we are, League of Comic Geeks. I really like this website. They show all kinds of cool stuff. They're actually usually pretty thorough with everything coming out, including store variants, which is really interesting. All right. So let's see what we got. We're starting off with, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 93 coming out. We've also got Hulk issue number 5. Dark Ages number 6. Oh, and I also want to point out that if I do not say hi to you, if you're in chat, it's because I don't see you. I'm actually not on that screen, so I can't see who's talking. But hey, hello to whoever's out there. All right, let's see. We got Marvel Dark Ages number 6. Miles Morales number 36. Something is Killing the Children. Here we go. We got a big one coming out this week. I know a lot of people are following that. Ooh, hey. Taken off there. Spawn 328. DC versus vampires, because DC said zombies are way overdone. All right, we have an Immortal X-Men number 1, part 1. This is the left hand. It's called Part 1, The Left Hand. That's actually the name of it. In the Quiet Council, no one can hear you scream. The Quiet Council rules the Krakoan age, for better or for worse. Now shaken by Inferno and ex-lives of Wolverine, they strive to hold together, no matter how much they want to tear each other apart. Now it looks like our writer coming on for this series is Kieran Gillen, who did several absolutely amazing series such as The Wicked and Divine, and don't forget that huge breakout blockbuster Die. Wow, that series just took off when it came out. You don't hear much about it now, but still. And then we have Batman Beyond the White Knight, issue number 1 coming out. A lot can change in 10 years, especially in Gotham. Batman, aka Bruce Wayne, may be behind bars, but the real criminals are still out there. Gotham Motor CEO Derek Powers has seized control of the Wayne family assets and is using them to transform the GTO and the city they sworn to protect. Crime is down, but at what cost? Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's see. We got some Swamp Thing, issue number 11, and that is an absolutely gorgeous cover. Oh, man, I dig that. I'm not even a DC fan, and I would buy that just for the cover. Captain Marvel number 37, Radiant Black, issue number 13. Now, that's a series I think I should start reading with the introduction of Radiant Red, and then that huge crossover, that Supermassive they did. Image Comics looks like they want to start doing their own shared superhero universe, and it's going to start with Radiant Black. All right, Ninja Turtles 127, the Ninja Turtles annual for 2002, issue number 1. I don't know why they call it issue number 1. It's just the annual for 2022. The Turtles were embarking on some kind of secret mission to their roots, but a mysterious creature hunts them relentlessly. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. We know a lot of people out there watching and keeping an eye on Star Wars, everything Star Wars, especially these Crimson Reign tie-ins now, because you never know when a first appearance is going to pop up, and the book's just going to blow up and take off, which seems to be the norm for Star Wars books lately. Shadow War Alpha, issue number 1. And this is Deathstroke assassinates Ra's al Ghul. Talia al Ghul demands revenge and sends her League of Shadows to kill Deathstroke. Ooh, that actually sounds like fun. We got some more Silk coming at you with Silk's number 3. We got some Silver Surfer Rebirth. Spider-Woman, issue number 21. See a pretty nifty cover. Some Iron Fist, some Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. What does vengeance taste like? New Burn, issue number 5. I have never heard of that. Always interesting checking stuff out. Hey, Hulk Grand Design Monster, issue number 1. The acclaimed Grand Design franchise continues with writer-artist Jim Roog. And he's unfurling the saga of the Incredible Hulk from the very beginning to the present. Witness the biggest moments in the Hulk's history through the eyes of a single visionary storyteller. 44 pages, $5.99. These Grand Design books have just been huge fun, very popular, so definitely worth a grab there. Another X-Men number 1 coming at you. We have an Unlimited Latitude issue number 1. X-Men Unlimited back in the 90s was so much fun to read. And let's see if they're going to continue the tradition. Wolverine jumps into the void when AIM manages a covert infiltration of the Sword Station and kidnaps 3 mutants. It's up to Wolverine to take one giant leap for man and get them back. From the vacuum of space to the dripping guts of an alien supercomputer, Logan will stop at nothing to save his friends. Collecting the first 4 chapters of the hit Marvel Infinity comic. Okay, so what do we got here? 60 pages, $5.99. Sounds like it's totally worth $5.99 for 60 pages. Does everybody remember back in the 90s when a 60-page book was like $2? All right, we got some, hey, Step by Bloody Step, issue number 2 is coming at you. That was a huge success when it came out about a month back. Animal Castle number 4. Sensational Wonder Woman special, issue number 1. Hell hath no fury. Actually, we have 3 different stories going on. 96 pages, people. So this will be a square bound. $10, which is about the norm for a lot of these giant-sized DC books. They're really pushing a lot of them. It's like we got 3 different stories. Hell hath no fury, The Thread of Doom, and Swapped. We Don't Kill Spiders, issue number 4 from Scout. Astro City. Now, when I saw this on the list, that made me happy. Astro City was a huge success back in the 90s. Alex Ross and Kurt Busiek just doing their thing. It was a great story, a lot of fun. And it returns with an all-new special. Who were the Jayhawks? How did they inspire 5 teen sidekicks looking for answers to hit the road in a rickety crime-mobile in 1969? And how will this affect Astro City in the present? This is a one-shot special. It's going to feature new and existing characters and launches a mystery that will drive the forthcoming Astro City series. So look for that coming back. And then also they're doing what they call a Metro book, which will be collecting the first 3 years of Astro City so you guys can catch up. Vampirella Dracula. Almost American, issue number 5. Heathens number 5. Got some grim fairy tales. I'm not really a fan of anything Zenescope. The writing always seemed kind of lackluster across the board. Heavy Metal 315, Cities of Magic. This is coming out of Scout Comics. Scout Comics putting out some great stories recently. Once Upon a Time in Old York. This is the age of magic, the age of city-states and magic gangs, and the post-apocalypse. Our hero, a cowboy named Lev, strolls into Old York City looking for something no one's ever seen before. He's picked up bad time. The forces of the hyper-priestess Ishmir Rothschild, the queen of the Chicago conglomerate, have attacked Old York. The only person who stands in Ishmir's way is Gregor Steiner, leader of the Red Double X's, the magic gang that protects the city from foreign invaders. This sounds wild and all over the place, so I am definitely going to read that. Transformers War's End, issue number 2. Hey, we got Harbinger, issue number 6. We're seeing more Valiant titles pop up on this list. I wonder if it's because I mentioned there were no Valiant titles on the list, I started putting them on. G.I. Joe, I'm drinking some coffee as well. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. Saturday Morning Adventure, issue number 2. Throwback. Although I still don't know why they call it Saturday Morning Adventures. I don't ever remember watching G.I. Joe on Saturday mornings. It was always daily after school. School, sit down, you watch G.I. Joe, He-Man, and Transformers. Usagi Yojimbo, The Lone Goat and Kid, issue number 3. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, 25th anniversary special, 25 years later. Can you guys believe it? That 25 years for Buffy. That is just, man, I feel old. All right. Zombies vs. Robots Classic, issue number 1. The original Versus title is back to reclaim its turf and introduce itself to a new world. Oh, so good. Eisner Award-nominated duo Chris Reinhold and Ashley Wood take control of Zombies vs. Robots and kick off the excitement with a lineup of classic adventures, all packed to the gills with action. Each issue will present an iconic tale, and in this debut issue, readers will be treated to a 26-page Which Came First origin story. It actually sounds like it's going to be fun. And speaking of fun, let's see, where are you? My Date with Monsters. Hey, we got some Lady Death, Cataclysmic Majesty, The Killer Affairs of State. So Apex, here we go. Speaking of fun, Edgar Allan Poes, Snifter of Death, issue number 6. Didn't this start off with Snifter of Terror? These have been long, fun series. This is the last issue in the Snifter of Death. Our anthology theme this month is complaining and whining about how terribly public life is going. First, a demon drags Poe through the hellish nightmare landscape we call the internet. In silence, a fable. Then the American people elect a new president, death itself. And in putting the D in DC, oh, wait, that is death itself when he gets elected president. So that's putting the D in DC. I see what's going on here. All this plus prose, pics, and possibly poems. Yes. These have been such a blast to read. And I don't know, the first couple issues really attracted a ton of attention. Knights of the Dinner Table. Happy Hill, issue number 2. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that looks amazing. Dark Stalkers. Morrigan, issue number 1. Yes. Morrigan, the sultry succubus queen of the demonic Darkstalker dimension, arrives in her own one-shot comic. Her late-night escapades into the human world have accidentally unleashed a destructive force on her home dimension. Now she must personally confront this new evil in order to return to her kingdom. So good. And of course, there are about 5 different covers. Every single one absolutely gorgeous. I was actually kind of surprised, though, they put out a blank cover for this as well. I might have to grab some of those. Broken Souls Ballad, Hell is for Kids, issue number 1. Black Caravan imprint. Alone in the bowels of Saint Abigail Asylum, the mother lies strapped to a birthing table. Now her children have been brought back to her by Mrs. Adele, the woman tasked with developing these living weapons for the government. However, what no one realized is that the mother's children have become a little less afraid of their tremendous powers. Ever so slowly, their paths are joining together, but will their combined abilities be enough to stop the evil perpetrated by Saint Abigail's? That one there. This one actually gave me goosebumps. So Spidey sense right there, people. I think we'll need to grab 5 or 10 copies of that. Carriers number 4. Merlin and Hector, issue number 3. Beyond the Farthest Star. Season of the Bruja. Yes, always love a good witch story. Athalia might seem like any other witchy Portland hipster, whiling away her days behind the counter of a freaky occult museum, but there's more to her more to her in whole than a trendy pursuit of the craft. Athalia is a bruja by blood, the youngest in a long line of powerful magic users from a long ago culture indigenous to Mexico. In her 20 years, Athalia has studied with her loving grandmother by her side, supporting and mentoring her use of the family magic. Oh, wow. Actually, that sounds like a lot of fun. I love a good horror kind of witch story. And let's see. Yep, actually, only one book left I want to show you here. One Night in Prague, issue number 1, coming from Keen Spot. Don't see a lot of books coming from Keen Spot, but this is one of those good ones. A new fantasy adventure epic from the mind of screenwriter Konstantin Wernerwith, art by Tad Galusha. After young concert pianist Siwan loses part of his hand in a tragic accident, his family falls into a serious crisis. Following a strange prediction by a psychic, he departs for Prague with a supportive father and good-humored uncle. They must find a mysterious white cat who allegedly holds the key to Siwan's future. Once reaching the Czech capital, they're drawn into an ancient struggle between two groups of mystical shapeshifters. That actually really sounds like a good time right there. Yeah, and actually that is it, people. That is all I got. Some fun books this week. Let's see. We are going to be picking out our pick of the week. I did have that awesome G.I. Joe as my pick for the week, just because of just the feels, the throwback, the nostalgia. But now I'm going to have to go with... Where are you? Give me a second here. Broken Souls Ballad. Hell is for Kids, issue number 1. Now, I'm not seeing any kind of variant covers or anything. I'm not saying there isn't any, but wow, yeah, this one really, really jumps out at you. Like I said, totally tingly when I read the synopses for this. So there we go. That's my pick of the week. And yeah, I mean, some great reads. Nothing that huge jumps out except for that one title, but a lot of fun stuff. Anyway, coffee, good conversation, good comics. Thank you guys for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that little CV. So I do these every week, every Tuesday, usually around 8 a.m. Pacific time, if I'm awake and have my coffee. Live, though, every single day or every single Tuesday. So, like always, thank you for watching and take it easy.